Good evening, everyone. Firstly, a warm welcome to C.V. Anand and Lalita Garu. Thank you very much for accepting the invitation of Sailaja and myself and gracing this occasion and inspiring. I understand the kids are very, very small, but you inspired and you almost guided, which is so important. Also, a warm welcome to Mona, Academic Director of the inception of First Innings. So thank you very much for coming this evening. I know it's been a very exciting evening. I want to keep it very short, but I would like to first congratulate Sailaja. And I am so proud of what you have done. The reason for that is 5 years back, when I retired from the game of cricket in 2012-13, it's never easy being a wife of a cricketer. You know, while everyone thinks that cricket is a glamorous profession, yes, it is a glamorous profession. We are very fortunate to play this great game of cricket in our country where we are treated, sometimes we feel, why do we be required to treated in this fashion, where we are treated like demigods. You know, everyone admire whatever we do. Yes, there are certain sacrifices we make, but that's something which we love as cricketers, you know, and cricket is a love. C.V. Anand himself, even being a distinguished police personality, but he himself every Sunday, given an opportunity, he loves playing the game of cricket. Because once you're a cricketer, you always are a cricketer. And for someone like me who was blessed to go on to play for the country for so many years, it's something which I loved at a very early age, and I was able to do that, almost live my dream. But it was not necessary for someone who I married in 2004 to share that dream with me. It was not necessary, especially for someone like Sailaja, who I'm not sure even now whether she understands the game or not. Because at least she gives a perception to me saying that I'm not interested in the game. And that was intentional from her because she knows what are the pressures a cricketer goes through. And the last thing a cricketer wants when he comes back to his home or to the hotel room where he's bombarded with questions from his spouse about the game of cricket which happened that particular day. So intentionally, she never ever asked questions about my performances on the cricket field, never ever she doubted my ability as an Indian cricketer, never ever she put pressure on me. And unfortunately, the life of a cricketer is never the same because we are always living out of a suitcase, we're always traveling from one place to other place. So in 2004, when I got married to her, I requested her one thing, because she herself, being an MCA graduate, she herself probably had a very good job offer in working for one of the MNCs. She had a career right in front of her, but which our colleagues went through taking that career, and they're all very successful. But I requested her in 2004 when I got married, saying that I would like you to travel with me, to always be with me, and not even once did she say no, or not even once she made me feel that she regrets that decision. So she always traveled with me till our kids were born, always encouraged me and sacrificed her personal aspirations, sacrificed her career aspirations, and made sure that I can concentrate on being the best cricketer I can be. And in 2012, when I retired, as a retired cricketer, while the word retirement usually happens at the age of 60, 70, and not even at that age now. But as a retired cricketer, or for us as sports person, we have to deal with this tag, retired cricketer or retirement, the word retirement, at an age where a lot of other professional life starts. So at the age of 37, I took the decision that I'm going to retire from the game of cricket. So in 2012-13, we sat down as a family, both husband and wife, and we chalked out a plan what interests her, because I thought that it was my duty as an husband, because she sacrificed her almost 8 years being the wife of VVS Laxman, the cricketer. And she had two things in her mind. Number one is probably starting a software company. And then again, suddenly we thought that that will be too much, because the kids were growing up. And the other thing which she was passionate was the field of education. especially giving the best possible education to the tiny tots. because in 2012, my son was 5 years old, and my daughter was 3.5 years old. And both of them went to a very good play school in Hyderabad, and my wife was involved in each and every minute of their progress, from a toddler to someone who graduated in PP2 and then joined a mainstream school. They both of them study in Chirek. And then suddenly she decided, and it was her decision, it was never ever influenced by me, it was her decision that I want to do something in the field of education, especially to the tiny tots. And 4 years on, I'm so proud because, as Anand rightly mentioned, and even that's something which I was really surprised. I mean, not surprised, because I see her living that day in and day out, where she remembers the names of each and every child she interacts in the school. She fondly remembers each and every action those kids perform in school. And there have been occasions where a couple of times I go to the school. So there's an office of mine in the school, and suddenly she comes with a gang of 7, 8, 9, 10 kids. It's almost like those kids are safeguarding or they're bodyguards of my wife. They come and, they're so excited to be around my wife. And that shows how engaging she is. Because to engage the kids, it's very tough. And as parents, we sometimes fail to do that. But the moment she goes to the school, it's almost like honeybees. The kids come around Sailaja, and they are very disappointed when she's leaving the school. So they almost look at her and say, why are you leaving so early? Or why you didn't come? Like as she told, she was down with fever. My son started to have his exams for the first time. So as a mother, she was doing her role. But the kids in the school miss her. And that itself is a great achievement. Because yes, we are very proud that the First Innings Play School is regarded as one of the top schools, not only in Hyderabad, Telangana, but in the entire country. There are a couple of organizations which have, who actually go and see each and every play school in the country, and they themselves, when they tell or they respect what Sailaja is doing in First Innings, and they tell that this school, the First Innings, is one of the best in the country, it's a proud moment for each one of us. But more than that, it's really proud when the kids come and they love being at First Innings. And you can see that in the stage. Especially Anand was jokingly saying that the butterflies are very, very active. They didn't want to leave the stage. And that's the whole point of First Innings. That's the whole philosophy at First Innings, whether it's constructivism, all that curriculum, it's I fund our words. But the bottom line is, First Innings is like a second home, because the first home will always remain with parents. There's no doubt about that. And every parent is busy. Like how I was busy, and I am still busy. Every parent is busy. But the responsibility of the school, how much ever time they spend, whether it's 3 hours, whether it's 5 hours, whether it's 7 hours, the responsibility of the school is, like parents, create that value system in the kids where they can become very good human beings, beautiful human beings who can face the challenges of the world. So yes, they're very, very young kids, just below PP2. But as Lalita Garu rightly mentioned, below 5 years, the absorption power of the young kids is very, very high. And absorption comes through observation. So what happens is they spend time at home observing the parents, observing their siblings, and they spend time in the school observing the teachers, observing their friends, the same age group. And that's why it's all the good, positive things, activities, memories should be ingrained in their mind. And that's the effort of Sailaja. And I can vouch, because always I feel that the annual day communicates what happened during the entire year, during the entire academic year. And I should congratulate Sailaja, Afroz, and the entire teaching staff for choreographing the entire evening in such a professional way. Thank you very much. And I wholeheartedly thank each one of you for giving your best not only for the progress of first innings, giving the best so that the kids whose parents repose so much of confidence in us at first innings, you're giving the best to the kids. So thank you very much for dedicating yourself for the betterment of the kids. And also someone like Sai Kiran. Where is Sai Kiran? Sai Kiran, excellent. Because again, me and C.V. Anand were just staring at you, and it's just unbelievable how the kids are in sync with Sai Kiran or their teacher. And that's the beauty. That's the beauty. It doesn't matter whether the movements are coordinated or not. Just coming on the stage, and I know for a fact how many of us are scared coming on the stage, facing the crowd. But at such a young age, they don't want to leave the stage. And that's the confidence all these wonderful people are giving to the kids. So thank you very much. And to the parents, as I mentioned to you earlier, for Shailaja, first innings is not a business. Because sometimes, as her husband, because I know the potential of first innings. I know the vision of Shailaja. I know the potential of the teaching staff. I know what she can do by expanding first innings. Because there have been so many offers, not only from Hyderabad to start different branches, but my friends from Bangalore, my friends from Chennai, my friends from Calcutta, my friends from Delhi want first innings to be established there. I know Mona wanted to establish first innings in Lucknow. So, but she's not commercial at all. For her, the children who are studying at the first innings at Banjara Hills, that's the priority. So that is what I really admire about Shailaja. And I've got no doubt that a lot of parents will benefit from what's happening at first innings. So to all the parents, thank you very much for reposing faith in my wife. And thank you very much to the parents for coming and reposing faith in my wife and her vision. And I'm sure that it is just the start, because there's no doubt that she's going to influence a lot of tiny little children so that they can enjoy their life. As Lalita Garu rightly mentioned, as Anand rightly mentioned, and that was so important because they are parents of two lovely children. But what is the most important thing as a parent we require to do is to spend time with our kids. I don't get to do that, because of my profession, and there's a sacrifice you have to make if you have to be successful in your pursuit to achieve excellence. But whenever you get a chance, even the 1 hour, even the 2 hours, the 3 hours you spend with your kid should be something which he will remember forever. And that's what Anand and Lalita Garu told, and I'm sure that all of you will do that, because ultimately, recently Shailaja mentioned about me spending 1 week with my uncle who was not well. He's 84 years old. He had a sudden fall in Gurgaon. And I went and I seen from very close quarters what a successful person. He was in IAS, he was in United Nations, very, very successful person. But unfortunately, he didn't have his kids by his side. He had his nephew by his side. So what's the point of having all the wealth, all the degrees, all the success? Because ultimately, what I realized that day or that week was ultimately your wealth is your kids. So I think we are all young as parents. From now on, if we can focus on making that wealth very strong, that wealth very, very powerful, when we are, because it's inevitable, everyone will be nearing the end of their life. The kids will remember what we did as in their childhood, and they will come back and look after us. So focus a lot on building that wealth, and all the very best to each one of you. Thank you once again to Afroz and the entire team, Fani and Radhika, for Sanatan, for making sure that the kids are having a ball like they're having now. Good night. Have a great evening.